Hi everyone, this is Tina with Overall Adventures. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to teach you how to index your journal and why it's actually super important to do so. I actually got this idea from the Leuchtturm 1917 notebooks, and it started for me when I started using them for bullet journaling about 3 years ago. I got my first Leuchtturm notebook, and in the front there's this beautiful index, and as the bullet journal community talks about, use the index to document your year at a glance, your word of the year, big goals, things like that. So I got this idea when I started using it for my bullet journal. I was like, whoa, why don't I use this for my actual journal? So it kind of spun me out into this great idea of indexing my personal journal. So the first thing that you need to do is carve out the first 2 pages of your journal and just leave them blank with an index and go continue writing. I don't even bother touching the index until I've completely filled the journal. And then it's kind of like a closing ritual for myself. I go back to that first page and I make a little column on the left for the page number, and then I start to, just go through the actual journal, go back, reread what I wrote, and fill it in. The key here is that you do need to number your pages if you're not using a Leuchtturm notebook, which is slightly annoying, but it's kind of part of bonding with the journal. So I start to just go back, flip through, and kind of read what I wrote and give it little titles so I can help myself in the future find what I'm looking for again. And as someone who has a lot of journals, it's actually really beneficial for me to do this because there's often ideas or dreams or things that I want to return to that I end up losing. Like this beautiful quote. And so I will go back and write that down so I can find it all over again when I flip through. And there's just more incentive. I'm more excited to go back to my journals that have indexes because I know I'll actually be able to find what I'm looking for. Whereas when I go back to my past collections, it's actually a little overwhelming. I'm like, oh God, where do I even start on some of these pages? So it's this really meditative process of kind of rereading and diving back into what I went through with the journal and asking myself, like, what matters? I proudly fail. I smear my heart across this canvas called life. I own myself. I am wild. I will never hide my big self under a rock of shame. I shine, I shine, I shine. So that one I'm calling I Am Messy and Proud of It, an ode to myself. So it's nice to kind of give those little moments a title. So I hope that was helpful. I really do recommend you indexing your journal if possible. It's a pretty simple system. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Peace.